Aunt Peg actually figured that my dad was running a game, trying to get her to give her fortune to me and then I'd hand it over to him. But she thought she'd play along because she knew him, and it would be a good point of entry into my service of him, because she didn't know anybody that stayed free. And it had been a really heavy burden on her. It had ruined her brother. And but there are some people like Gramps. Gramps was gonna cause me every kind of problem if I didn't free him as soon as I possibly could when I found him again. And there are some people that are supposed to be free, but it's more difficult because if you've got somebody to assign you to, you're taking over burdens for people, and we are removing burdens in return. And that a lot of people say that, and there's varying degrees of truth in that depending on who you're dealing with. But it's very much true when you're dealing with my dad, especially if you're on a really good level with him, that there are things that you don't have to think about, but that puts him out of your territory. And approaching that territory would be a trespassing violation, which would have to be dealt with somehow or another. That way it's dealt with is not always set. And so you run into these vast herds of people that have never met a free person, never seen it work out well for anyone, and have different ideas about what it means, and don't even always understand what aspects of them have been left free and which aspects of themselves have been enslaved. So anyway, but my dad was like, no, you need to be free, and but with the family connection, and that's something we had to work out, because he hasn't really had what is family. That's this evolving thing, because he's older than any modern person having anything like family, and so we have to evolve that. And he's that idea, and why is this idea in our mind, and what are we putting together here? Why is this lingering? Why have people who have tried to purge this practice not been successful? Why have people who have overinvested in it not been successful? But so I was angry at Steve when he told me that he was going into Dad's service, and didn't really know how to process what all that meant. But it was really pretty terrible for him before that point, and it wasn't being mitigated. There was no reason for him not to do it. And Peg and Dick, Aunt Peg and Uncle Dick, they didn't have a good time of it. So it's better. And then what happened was there's so many spaces already knit, certain somethings already created, and it went to DJ, and because he was being awful at being a slave anyway already, and definitely a lot more complex of a situation that needs someone who does not need oversight to manage how Arabs are being, and because they're going to continue. It's pretty hard to, raid won't kill them dead, they're going to be there, and kind of like a lot of us, and but yeah, it's hard to process though, because I think it's a lot of disturbing chatter, but I want people to express themselves, but then it gets obnoxious after a while, and it'll work out. Another topic for another time.